Hello everyone, Troy here. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to improve your on-camera presence or improve your camera charisma. Let's get straight into it. Now, most people look awkward, flat, or robotic on camera. But once you understand how to actually communicate to a lens, you become magnetic and people feel like you are really connecting to them. And that skill changes everything. It's in acting, presenting, teaching, sales, interviews, going on a date. It creates real human influence. Section 1, speak to the lens. First, speak straight into the lens. Definitely not at the ground and certainly not into the little flip out screen on the side. It breaks human connection. So get rid of that one, we don't want to look at that. Treat the lens like it's the eye of another person. We all know that old saying, the eye is the window to the soul, and make a deep connection into the soul of the viewer who is behind the camera, which is you now watching this video. That's what builds human connection. Section 2, energy and vocality. Avoid monotone, avoid dead energy. Our brains disengage from that voice. So don't speak like this with one tone throughout the entire video. It's really, really bad. You have to speak with ups and downs, and you have to give interesting pauses, and we're gonna get into that in just a moment. Speak at your natural state, then raise your energy by about 5%. So that's what we tell people. Not everyone is energetic, I get it. But you have to bring some positivity, some good vibes, and some energy to the video. So usually what we do is when we work with actors or people that need to work on their camera presence, especially if you are an actor giving your casting tape, for example, is we say, talk at your regular level, but then add on 5% energy as a buffer. And that's gonna liven up things and it's gonna make the other person on the other side connect with you better. So really bring that extra 5% of energy. Not too much, not too little. Use static pauses. Pauses create weight and they make people lean in. For example, I want to let you know a story that occurred just yesterday. Now that's overdoing it, but you can understand how it already breaks the silence. And they do this all the time. If you look at some of your films where two great actors are talking to each other, more often than not, there's going to be a lot of really strategically used pauses. Here's a big one. Eliminate filler words. Ums, ahs, likes, and so's. They signal disorganized thought and they weaken your authority. It's essentially a sign of low intelligence. And we all do it, and I know. It's really harsh. I know that's harsh, but I used to sound like an idiot because I was saying and ah all the time. And the worst is when you go to a live talk show and then the main presenter, the other day, the energy was so strong that we had to dial it back a couple of values, and that's because the nuclear plant melted down. It's really bad, okay? You just sound really unintelligent. So just say what you have to say. The other day, energy wasn't looking good. We had to dial it down a bit, and then, nuclear meltdown. And people are going to take you more seriously. It took me a long time to train that out of my system. It's really bad. It just doesn't look like you're a well put together human being. Cut that out. People are gonna take you more seriously. You strengthen authority. You don't weaken authority. Clear enunciation communicates intelligence, precision, and it persuades. Remember this, energy is the currency of attention. Section 3, body and physicality. Posture upright, chest open a little bit, shoulders to the side and down, relaxed. Stillness is power. Most people fidget when they're nervous. They have tics, they tap their feet, they move around in the chair. I remember when I was a young actor learning to deliver monologues for castings, I would move a little bit like this. My acting coach at the time, she would say, Troy, stop moving, it's a beginner mistake. Eliminate tics immediately. They leak anxiety and they disturb the viewer's experience. Hand gestures. Hands make the interaction feel like a real conversation is happening. Humans evolved to read hands for communication and safety. So seeing them makes the viewer feel comfortable and connected with you. This was a big problem for me in the beginning. It was really hard for me to talk and deliver and use my hands like this to tell a story. It's not like I'm doing too much, right? I'm just moving my hands, maybe point over there a little bit. Whatever, you just move your hands around a little bit while you're talking. Be comfortable with it. I say the same for actors. If you're gonna go to a monologue and a casting, don't overuse your hands like crazy, okay? Do some kung fu chops all over the place, karate chops, but just use your hands to connect with the person behind the camera a little bit, as long as it's within character. But definitely if you're a YouTuber, and I would say if you're a journalist, you see journalists, they're very boring all the time talking like this. Back to you, Stephen. It's really not cool. So back to you, Stephen. it's just a little bit more presentable. I know they have rules about this. I work for China Daily here in China, one of the biggest in the world, and they let me use my hand language, no problem. And they say, Troy, you're so natural and comfortable when you talk. It's because in China, I can break some rules here and I can be a little bit more loose with my performance. It really helps if you master hand gestures. Remember, they make the audience feel comfortable and connected. Still body, controlled hands, clean posture. That's key. If you can do this, your presence will be communicated before a word is even spoken. Section 4, character and authenticity. You have to learn to be yourself. That's it. You have to be your own character. Don't play a version of you that you think the audience wants to see. All actors do this in the beginning. We think that we should be what is cool, or what will look cool, or what we think that the audience will want us to look like. But that's not what they want. The audience always wants something genuine, because that which is genuine is easy to savor the most. Be yourself. Learn to be your own character. You'll see sometimes in my earlier YouTube videos, I'm a little bit stiff and it's not cool. But when you just open up a little bit and be a little bit more, characteristic within your own skin, you're just going to connect better with your audience. Camera presence is not about manufacturing confidence. It's about revealing clarity and personality with just a touch of elevation. Think of it like heightened naturalism. You, but slightly more articulated, slightly more precise, and slightly more alive. Smile, enjoy it. Energy is contagious through the lens, so you have to give that vibe. Remember this and remember it well. Authenticity with articulation is charisma. Section 5, structure and thinking. Before you roll out the camera, structure your scripts, structure your thoughts, structure your ideas. Don't ramble. Know your points and deliver them with clarity. One of the best books ever written on this is The Elements of Style by William Strunk Jr. I'm going to put a link in the description below. It teaches you how to condense language in writing and speech. This is one of the greatest books of all time, and my script writing mentor, he told me, Troy, you have to read this book. So I say the same to you. Grab the book, it will change your life. So get that book, really important. Abbreviating everything, or how William Strunk Jr. says, omit needless words. This matters because the shorter and cleaner that you can say something, the more that the listener is going to absorb. Where brevity increases retention, precision persuades. People don't respect complexity, they respect clarity. Clarity is intelligence made visible. Section 6, rhythm, one of my favorites. Rhythm matters. Rhythm influences emotion and attention. Quentin Tarantino is a master of rhythmic dialogue, not because it's realistic, but because it's musical. I think the man is not just simply writing a script. He's writing poetry between two people. There's pace, timing, and verbal percussion, and this creates engagement with the audience. People play his dialogue over and over again because they think it sounds so cool. Pacing, timing, and verbal percussion creates engagement. Rappers are very good at this. They can control rhythm. They steal the room when they start to rap or freestyle. So if you can control rhythm, then you too will control attention. Rhythm is the architecture of engagement. Section 7, mistakes and takes. Here we go. A little bit different between the camera presenter and the actor. So I'll break it down. Mistakes are not the enemy if you're an actor. For actors doing self-tapes, do not fear your mistakes if you're the actor. Just roll with it. Mistakes are beautiful. Now, if you're a content creator, okay, it's different. I'm shooting this video right now. I've made a ton of mistakes. I just keep going with it. Keep the energy consistent. Edit out your mistakes at the end. And we need consistent energy throughout the recording of the video. Perfection is lifeless. Flow is human. Keep the flow. Section 8, eyeline and self-image. Don't look at yourself while recording. I said at the beginning of the video, get rid of the screen on the side, or if you have to look at an iPhone and you're doing some recording, some selfies for some intros or whatever, okay, you have to line up your shot. Camera presence is just stripped away because you're constantly checking yourself, then going back to try to build connection again. Checking yourself, and if I look up, check all the time, and I look down, okay, read. When you watch yourself, you actually exit the conversation you're having with the lens, and then you start to enter self-evaluation mode. It just breaks that human connection. Connection always beats self-consciousness. Attention outward beats insecurity inward. Every time. Quick recap, upright posture, controlled body, intentional hand gestures are going to tell better stories, clear structure, have a clear voice. Remember clarity first. You have to think about your rhythmic pacing. See what I did there? You have to think about your rhythmic pacing. I didn't just say, you have to think about your rhythmic pacing. I put some rhythm in there. You have to think about your rhythmic pacing. It's just more engaging. 5% energy. If you're not an extrovert, if you're not out there, if you're not a naturally energetic guy with good vibes, it's okay. Be yourself, add on 5% energy, and you're going to end up with a really great energetic video. People love positivity. They're attracted to it. They like people that smile, always smile. That's important too. And finally, no filler words. Get them out of there. Get rid of your filler words. No ums, no ahs, no so's, no likes. They make you sound unintelligent. So just the whole world around you is going to start listening to you even more, and they're going to take you more seriously. Camera presence isn't about confidence. It's about communication. And the more that you practice speaking to one person through that tiny little piece of glass inside the center of the lens, the more powerful and influential you're going to become. If you guys want to learn how to work physically in front of the camera, and if you want to build a professional Hollywood-style actor's profile, you can head over www.moviemartialart.com. We have a course there that teaches you everything, and it's going to teach you the highest level of performance for on-screen fight work and physicality. All right, catch you guys in the next video. Remember, subscribe and like if you want a cookie. Out.